person who was interested in real estate, buyer or seller. So this is a numbers game. More people you see, more business you get, right? The majority of the consumers that you're gonna get, 70% of the time, is the people that you already know. So friends, family, colleague, anybody that you already know, 70% of the time, they will buy from you. Versus 20% of the time, people that don't know you. So focus on at the beginning, focus on the people that knows you, or that knows somebody, that knows somebody, that knows somebody. So that 70% of the time, they will buy from you. This is some tips in case you can't find your business idea. A lot of times we come and become a realtor and we don't know what to do, how to start. So I'm gonna give you some tips that you can find useful for yourself, because everybody's different. You gotta find out what is your biggest knowledge. What do you make you different from others? So in my case, my biggest knowledge is that I work on customer service most of my life. Biggest knowledge of me, it was I always sales. Like I've been selling things since I was 15 years old. I started doing business in a flea market in New Jersey, Giant Stadium, and I was selling dresses. So, and then I started selling stores. I have stores, and then I started selling human resource, like employment agency. And then I sell. So my biggest knowledge is sales. So I have an idea how to sell. So that was the knowledge that I was different from others that I started when I was so young. Another things that you want to find out is what is the skills that you have developed that no one or very few people have. So that was part of me too, because one of the skills that I have, I speak different languages. So I can connect with somebody who speaks Spanish. I can connect with somebody who speaks Italian. I can connect with somebody who speaks Portuguese. So I can connect with immigrants. So that was my knowledge that I think that I have that not many people have. So those are things that you got to find out which one is yours. The other experience that you have that nobody else have. So sometimes we have experience on the medical field. So we have experience, so we know what they need. So then based on that, you start creating some strategies on those skills. And also, you can use those experience to build something special for other people. So whatever experience you have, you can create something and then create something special for others. Like a lot of people, for example, they do a lot of volunteer work. Maybe they good at teaching and they just go to the schools for lunch covers, or they just help the teachers. So those are the skills that you know and that you can help others, where you can transform into businesses. In my case, I used to go to my kids' school. I have 5 kids, so I was lucky to have that many kids and put them into school. And then I used to do lunch covers. So every Thursday, I used to go there and do the lunch cover for the teachers. And then I just spend my couple of 2 hours in there in the school and helping the teachers and helping the school. But at the same time, I was getting leads from there. So my car was parking outside. My car has a picture of me in the back. It's a wrapping car. So I parked that car outside in the school, and I help the teachers to do anything they need. In this case, it was lunch cover. So those are the things you can do, and that's how you're going to create leads. Another thing that I really advise you, it's the strategy of the cow. So many people make this big mistake. I see a lot of realtors come into the industry and they start creating the perfect website. They start creating the perfect business plan. They start creating so many things, so many business ideas and so many other things that and then what I want to go with you guys is tell you, in order for you to be success, you have to just be outside and try things. Like in this case, the majority of the realtors, they are selling the cheese. They are selling the cheese, and they create a website for the cheese. They actually create a way to sell the cheese all over the world. They are looking for ways to franchise the cheese company. But this is a problem. They don't have the cow. They don't have the place to put the cow. They don't have the land to put the cow. So, and they're already way ahead of the game. So what I do advise you is that focus on this and start getting the land for the cow. And then once you got the land for the cow, start milking the cow and sell the milk. And then sell the cheese. So what I'm trying to tell you with this is, if you are a good realtor, if you think you have something very special, go out there, throw it out there. Forget about website, forget about everything. Just go outside and talk to people and see what are you good at it. Maybe you're not good at this. You're not good at real estate. Maybe you're wasting your time. Or maybe you are perfect on commercial properties. Maybe you're great at listings. Maybe you're great at foreclosures or new construction. So being yourself out there the way you are with no strategy and like testing your abilities to do other things, that's the way to do it. Because you're gonna find out that you're better at something, you're better on something than other things. Like in real estate is so big. Real estate, you have buyers, sellers, investors, you have foreclosures, you have short sales, you have so many businesses involved in real estate that maybe you are good at listings, maybe you're good at buyers, maybe you're really good at properties over $1 million. So you don't know what you're good at if you don't put yourself out there and show yourself the way you are. When I'm talking about this, the milk and the cow, I'll bring you to a perfect example. I know a lot of restaurants that people make lines outside to just buy a specific product. The wings, buffalo wings or chicken wings. And these restaurants are full, the lines is full of people who wants to try that specific chicken wings. They don't have a strategy, they don't have a website, they don't have a tables, they don't have anything, but they do have a good product. So based on that, they start creating the people making lines, and then they come up with the strategy. But in the meantime, they testing what they're good at it. So maybe they create that place and nobody goes to the wins, they just have to close, but they didn't invest that much money on it. All right? So don't sell the cheese, get the land for the cow first. Culture is very important. Having a culture and know who you are is the most important thing in a business. In this business, mobile realty, we have innovative, on-demand, modern, authentic, diverse. This is our culture. This is before we create a company, once the company was created, and then we get together with realtors and we said to everybody, let's create our culture. So it was, I think in 2017 or 16, we have about 15, 20 agents, and we get together and design this culture, because that was the culture of everybody who started the company. So when everybody starts saying things like diverse, authentic, modern, innovative, on demand, so based on that conversation, we create our culture. So that is the reason why at Mobile Realty, we are so proud of our culture. And that's the reason why we're selling a lot of business and our agents are selling, because they kind of are part of one of these culture. So the people, networks get together based on where their believers are. So we believe so much on this, that's the reason why we are together. A lot of people may not believe on this, or maybe at the beginning they come in and they think they believe on that, but at the end of the day, they just know, this is not for me, I gotta go, which is perfectly fine. So we networks, we get together, and then we have similarities on the way of thinking. That's the way we come together. So for us, this has been working really good. Diverse, authenticity is key in this business today. Modern, you need to be a little bit modern, so you're not behind the curve. Innovative, on demand, very important. Okay. When losing authenticity is a big problem. I don't know, guys, when you see people selling something or realtors selling something, but they're not authentic. You know it's fake. Consumers are making decisions based on authenticity. So you really don't want to lose authenticity. And this is the way you lose authenticity when your top priority is a lot of money. You lose authenticity because you just focus on the money. So I want you to focus on the way you are. Be happy when you put yourself out there in social media or anywhere, because people will see how authentic you are. I like to wear jeans. I like to wear t-shirts. Well, that's what you gotta wear. A lot of people like to wear suits. Well, that's your authenticity. That's how you feel comfortable with. I have agents who wear shorts, and that's their authenticity. That's the way they wanna be. So whatever you are, be authentic, okay? When you are obsessed to get followers, fans, and subscribers, that's when you lose authenticity, because you're obsessed to grow. Growth comes by itself depending how authentic you are. When you let other people make decisions for you, you lose authenticity right there. You let others dictate who you are or who you should be. So you lose authenticity when let somebody else's opinion hurt you. Today, I see a lot of people criticizing a lot of specific things. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? It's normal criticism. So that should not affect you, because this is the authentic Otto, and this is the way I am. I may have an accent, but who cares? That's the way I talk. I'm not going to change it. So that's my authenticity. You also lose authenticity when you follow the crowd and do what everybody else is doing. If you're doing what everybody else is doing, you're not going to make money, because the idea is to just put in your head that 80% of the people think the same way. And then you have another 20% of the people that think different, but this 20% of the people is who have the money, because they're doing something different. All right? Let's keep it on. Dress code. I don't think in real estate it should be a dress code. I think if you feel comfortable with a suit, you should wear a suit. If you feel comfortable with jeans, you should wear jeans. I mean, what I'm trying to go is like, why we have to fit into a specific place or society. If we can just be who we are and just grab that percentage of people that is like me. Why should I be different if some of the people like the way I am? So let me just focus on this X amount of percentage of people. Like if 20% of the people like me, all right, let me focus on this 20% of the people. If 80% of the people like the way I am because I'm wearing this, all right, let's wear it. But I want to be authentic, and I want to wear what I feel comfortable with, regardless who follow me or not. I want to be authentic, and this is the way I do business. And some people like me, some people don't. So I will work with people who likes me most. Now, if I want to be in a business where the houses are maybe a specific price range, that everybody do specific things, well, I have to change my attitude, and I may lose authenticity, and I may make money. So in that case, I'm just gonna be focused on the money, and I'm gonna be miserable myself because I'm not having fun. All right? So dress code depend on you. I don't think people should dictate how you should wear, what you should wear, what you should not wear. I think you should wear whatever you feel comfortable with. Diversity. Guys, trust me, diversity is huge. Consumers today are focused on who your friends are, what do you hang out with, what do you do. Based on those things, they're gonna make decisions. So I really want you to be diverse and open to diverse. I mean, in my case, I'm coming from New Jersey, and everybody's diverse. When I'm there, I'm just a normal guy like everybody else. But if I go to different places where people I start feeling different from others, and then in my case, I'm trying to be and be as diverse as possible because I was raised in New Jersey where everybody's diverse. I miss diverse. I love diversity because that's the way I grew up with. Some people, it's hard for them to go and work with diversity because they're not used to. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just like you're not exposed to those things. So It's just up to you. But what I can tell you as a coach, that consumers are seeing this. Consumers are going into your social media pages, and they're gonna go down and see who you hang out with. They're gonna see what type of believers you are. All those things consumers are gonna see. So just be careful on do specific comments or do specific things that people will not do business with you. So be as much authentic you are, but at the same time, just engage yourself on the reality of our country, which is super diverse. 10 years ago, none of these companies exist. So today, if you come up with an idea and your idea become a great idea that everybody like it, chances are that you're gonna be a big company, because most of the companies here, they didn't exist 10 years ago. So today, we have a great opportunity. We are so lucky to be part of this era of innovation, this industrial revolution. I think the industrial revolution today is innovation. So we are so lucky to be part of innovation, because everything will be redone. Like all the industry, everything is being disrupted. Everything is being redone. So don't be afraid to come up with something crazy, because that may be the standard in the future. In my case, Amazon buying shoes and pants and shirts, it was a no-no for me 45 years ago. Today, I buy things from Amazon. So I just don't care if it doesn't fit, I'll send it back. But a lot of things that it was a no-no in the past, today is part of the standard, is a norm. Same thing, Airbnb. I mean, I don't want to be going to somebody else's house. But now I don't go to hotels. I go to Airbnb because it's fun and it's better, it's comfortable. So our behavior is changing every day. So don't be afraid to be weird, to be different, because that may be the norm. Okay, this is some cases of approved lead sources for real estate professionals that you can check. Maybe some of them are for you, some of them are not for you. Door knocking, that may be something that you want to do. Personal, I don't want to do it. I don't feel comfortable doing it. Why? Because I'm 51 years old, and if I knock somebody's doors, they're gonna go like, who the hell are you? So maybe this could be good for a young professional real estate agent with his name tag, t-shirt, and his car, and knocking the door and says, listen, I'm in the neighborhood, and I want to see if you want to buy or sell your house. I'm here to help you. I have those door knocking in my house, and then when I see somebody young and hungry for money and try to make the difference in their life, I listen to them. I go like, oh, this kid wants to do something on his life. So I listen to him, and sometimes I really use their service. So I don't think door knocking is for everybody, but if you want to do it, go ahead. It's a good business. Do it. People is doing that again. So that may be a good thing to do. Social media marketing is the best. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's making money. It's cheap today. It's very cheap. It's not expensive yet. It will get very expensive. But social media, I think, is a must for every realtor. Videos are key. You gotta do videos today. Videos gotta be a better quality every time. So try to do as much as you can on video. I think you should post 3 times in social media. One post should be about yourself as a person, your kids doing sports or whatever. The other post should be about the industry. Like you can just go to Google and check what's the industry, what's the interest rate or whatever in the industry, and just post it in there. And the other one should be you as a realtor. Hey, I'm showing houses. Hey, I'm in a closing, because people want to know what you're doing in order for them to trust you. They also want to know how good of a person are you. Like they want to know about you in order for them to make business with you. Past clients, if you're not in the business for a long time, well, it's not a choice, but if you're doing business, past clients is the best. You call them all the time. A good way to call them is September, when tax Tax bill come in, they always have questions. If you call them in September and says, hey, do you get the bill for the taxes yet? I just want to go over it with you so you don't have to pay. You send it to the bank will pay, don't worry about it. So there is a lot of ways to get connect with past clients. Maybe the time change in the spring, time change in the fall. Hey, don't forget to change the clock on Sunday. Whatever it's good for you to contact them. Whatever excuse it is perfect because you can connect with them. And always ask for business. Every time you talk to somebody, you gotta tell them, listen, if you know somebody who wants to buy or sell real estate, let me know. I can help them. So ask for business. People don't ask for business. That's the reason why they don't have business. You gotta ask. Lender business, sometimes if you're doing a lot of business with a lender, they're willing to give you business. So ask lender for business if you give them enough business. Homeowner associations, I do advise you to be part of the homeowner association if you live in a subdivision, because people will sell houses and then you're right there and then you tell them you're a real estate agent. If you can even give them a discount on the service. So put yourself out there because eventually they will sell houses or buy. Direct mail, it's up to you. I don't recommend it. You want to do it, it's fine. It's good to get connect with past clients and send them magazines or whatever. It's not as effective as social media, but people are still doing it. So if you want to spend a couple of $100, maybe get together with a lender and create a mailing list and start sending things every 2 months, every 3 months. Expired listings, you can go to the MLS and check the list of expired listings and call them. Maybe they want to put it back in the market. Referrals are the best. Every time, in my case, every time I sell a house, the housewarming party, I talk to my client and says, listen, I'm gonna do the housewarming party and I want to cook in there. So what I'll do is I'll bring steaks and I start cooking. A lot of people come in. My buyers usually ask me how many people can I bring. I tell them as many as you want. Just tell me how many they are and I bring steaks and beef so you can give to your friends and family. So 60, 80 people, more people comes to the party, better for you. So it's me in my car. My car is parking in the front. I'm always the first one to get there. Get there like an hour before. I help my client clean and I set up myself on the grill and I start cooking. People will start coming in, they see my car, and then I'm the guy who nobody knows, and people start asking who's that guy over there in the grill, and my client will say, oh, it's the realtor who's cooking for me. The realtor is doing a barbecue for me. So everybody will come to me and ask me, oh, this is good, what are you doing for my friend? You gotta remember something, the people that is gonna go to that party is gonna be friends and family that love this couple, because that's the reason why they're there. So, just 1 second, please. There we go. So be proactive in the party. Every time I'm there, I usually get listings. I get leads. You gotta remember something. The majority of our network is similar to us. So if I sell a house for $300,000 to a nice couple, chances are 97% of the time that the next person from that network, it will buy a $300,000 home and they are also gonna be nice. So I take care of my network because 97% of the possibilities are the same. If I do have a bad experience with a buyer, and this buyer was really bad with me and the experience was really bad, I don't do those type of a housewarming party because I don't want that network. I just don't care about that network because 97% of the time is gonna be the same problem. So I stay away from those. On the referral, in the party, you don't have to do steaks. You can mix drinks. You can you can paint the face of the kids. You can, what else you can do? You can bake a cake. The idea in this party is to be there, be part of it, and people that comes to you, you're gonna be the only people that nobody knows. So you're gonna get connected with this network. So it doesn't matter what you do, you gotta just be proactive in that specific moment. This is a moment that they are so happy, so you are part of that happy, special moment, you know? So I advise you to do those. Here we go, referrals, clients, agents who left the firm. If you work in a firm, a lot of agents leave, so you may get those agents. You can do phone duty. When you do the phone duty and there's somebody asks for somebody that is not in the company, you may say something, how can I help you? I can be able to help you through a house or put a listing in the market. So that could be something. And the signs, you can put signs in the street, your signs, when you put a listing, there is a way that you can put a sign beside that one where you can promote yourself as a realtor, or you can get a special lending. It's a lot of things you can do in a signage. Our sign is a mobile billboard, which is the car that is all over, so that really brings us a lot of business. Okay? Home.com, I don't know why it's there. All right, so. Now, real estate has a couple of phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, phase 5, all right? You as a realtor, you really gotta understand where you are. And you gotta understand that everything is different strategy, different clients, everything is different. So if you are a realtor that are been doing business on the new construction or seller's market, and then you think you know everything, you may be wrong. Because if you want to be a full realtor, a very knowledgeable realtor, you got to be able to go through these phases, like completely. In my case, this is 2009, phase 1, mainly distress foreclosures. That was phase number 1, foreclosures, and then this, I will say this is 2008, 2009, 2011, and then we went to phase 2, which is buyer's market. People was comfortable, people was open to just get in there and buy, so we have a buyer's phase, a buyer's market expansion, where people start buying properties. So what you gotta be doing is just talk to buyers, investors. This happens in 2012, 13, 14, and that's when people were buying, a lot of buyers. So the strategy is different. When you are in a phase 1 foreclosures, you need investors. Everything you do is investors. You talk to people, hey, do you want to be an investor? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? But in your mind is investors, because those are the ones who's going to buy those foreclosures. On phase 2, expansion, you want buyers. People are moving in, or investors who you just want to keep buying. So buyer's market. In these two areas, you don't pay attention to sellers because there is a lot of foreclosures. So in these two phases, you don't want to be part of listings, because there is so many listings. There is a lot of foreclosures, bank, REOs, all those things are there. So you don't really want to be focused on sellers at that point. Here is the sellers market, where you really want to be start getting buyers and sellers. You combine them. Here, buyers, and this is new construction. I'm sorry, this is new construction. Then this is when the market start going down again. New construction always suffer. If you see the past couple markets when we went down on the market, new construction is always suffering. So I do advise people to not focus too much on new construction. A lot of people wants to be an on-site agent. It may be good at the beginning of the new construction, but after that, it may just be, you don't want to be a buyer's agent, a seller's agent, a foreclosure agent. You just want to be a realtor, and learn each of these phases so you can make money all over. A lot of people, when it comes to this, people just go out of business. People just go and start getting a 8-to-5 job, 9-to-5 job to get W-2. And this, honestly, this is the best time to make money. I mean, because a lot of realtors are not in the business, so you may end up being with not much competition. So, and then you got to focus again on new construction, on investors, buyers, sellers. New construction goes down, and it keeps going that way. So if you really want to be the best agent, you got to go through all this. All right, keep going. This is important. If you want to be a realtor, and you need to know statistics, numbers. A lot of us, we don't check numbers. So now here we go. Let me just give you an example of millennials. Why millennials buying their first home? So they need more space 60% of the time. 36% of the time, build equity. Better jar for dogs, 33%. Marriage, 25%. And birth of a child, 19%. So you need information and you need a lot of statistics in order for you to make money. So if you're doing an advertising, and then you're seeing that 66% of the people are buying homes because they need more living space. So you gotta just do a post about, hey, do you like a bigger space for your family? Call me, I can get you this type of house. So in order for you to know how to approach these buyers, you have to have numbers. You can't just say things the way you want it. You gotta focus on statistics. So that way you can create your strategy in the marketing. So this is good information that you always gotta look for. What people is doing, what people is buying, why people is moving from different states, why people choosing a specific state. So numbers are important. Based on those numbers, you can create your strategy in marketing. This is another important aspect of numbers. 78% of the people are buying single family homes. 10% of the people are buying townhouses. 5% of the people are buying condos. 4% of the people are buying manufactured home and duplex. So where you gotta be? You gotta be right here. Your strategy, your post, your marketing strategy have to be focused on single family homes because the majority of the people is right there. So you can say things like, hey, do you wanna move into this beautiful single family home? I can help you. So I see a lot of people making the big mistake on focus on this small percentage. Yeah, people will listen to you, but this is a bigger number. So focus on the big number. You gotta understand what type of houses we have in the area you're working. So if you're working in Florida, just learn what type of houses they sell in there so you can better help your consumers. So you can better create a strategy how to put the specific things in social media. So learn all the way of the styles of the houses in those specific areas. Lockbox. Once you have a client and this client wants to see a house and you are a new agent, and sometimes not just new agents, depending on the states, we have different lockboxes. So this is very important that you know the different type of lockboxes we have. Because once you have a client who wants to see a house and then you're gonna try to open that lockbox and then it's gonna be so hard to do it and then you're sweating because your client wants to get into the house. So just make sure you know what a specific type of lockbox we have so you don't have the bad experience. Not only because you're a new agent, maybe because you're a new agent in a specific area, because different states, they have different lockbox, different ways of do business. So maybe just try to do some research about specific things so you don't have to suffer right there in that moment. Every time you have, hold on a second. Oops. Okay. All right. So the way I used to do my business is I always try to have 10 clients on the contract. I mean, 10 clients, 10 leads ready to go, like pre-qual. Like I get the 30 clients, they already pre-qual. So what I'm trying to do is it's show houses always to 20 people. Like, this is what I'm showing you here is a perfect way to do real estate. I mean, you can close 4 sales a month if you just keep 30 leads and then 20 prospect and 10 clients. When you talk about 10 clients, it's 10 people on the contract. So once you have this 10 on the contract, you're gonna close 4 sales every month if you have 10 on the contract. Now, every month you got to put 5 into this pipeline on the contract. You got to put 5 because you're going to close 4. But just remember something, one of those deals will never close. So you're going to have that one deal that will not close. So a lot of people get so worried when a deal falls through, and then they just, it's the end of the world. You got to expect that. When you're doing 10 on the contract, you may end up not closing 1. So the 10% of the business was always something happen. Maybe they don't qualify for the loan. They make a mistake on maybe buying a car before they close. There is so many things that happens in a loan that you always got to count with that 10% that will never close. So again, 10 on the contract all the time. You got to have 10 on the contract. So you close 4. Once a week, you're going to have a closing. And this is not hard. I mean, I was doing 16, 17 every month, and I have 1 assistant. So this is for yourself, just yourself doing 10 on the contract, closing 4 deals. So which represents a lot of money. It's not hard. I think it's easy. I'll be honest with you, it's easy. It just depends how you handle these leads. A lot of people, this is the mistake that I see a lot of agents do, is that when they have 10 on the contract, they forget about this. They forget about the prospect and the leads. They just focus on this. And the problem is, once you close this, you're gonna have 0 here. So you always gotta work on this. So 90% of the time, you gotta work on this up here. Because this is already in the contract. You just gotta follow step by step in order for you to bring it to close. You got to follow up every Mondays. And make sure everything is running smooth. Clients wants you to call them on Mondays, so you can give them an update. So Mondays is always a follow-up. Every Monday is a follow-up. And then the rest of the day, you got to work on getting new leads into the pipeline. Don't waste too much time on this because this is already done. 97% of the money is in your pocket. So just focus on here because that's where the money is. All right? Is anybody has questions? No? All right, so I'll keep going. All right. Lead follow up, like I said, follow up the leads. Monday, follow up. You got to follow up those 10 on the contract. You got to call the lender. You got to call the insurance companies. You got to call the inspectors. You got to call the lawyers. An email. Hey, how you doing? This is Otto. Can you give me an update on my client? Blah, blah, blah. And then same thing over and over. Mondays. You got to follow up with the dates. I mean, yeah, the due diligence period, the closing day, all those things like repair requests, all those things have to be handled on Mondays. You should be able to set up one day that day is gonna be for you to say to yourself, today I'm gonna waste my time because the only thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit down with people who's gonna waste my time. So this is the perfect moment. My days is usually Wednesdays that I just, somebody called me, a lender called me, an insurance guy called me, and I go, hey, when can we talk about specific things? Wednesday. Somebody who's looking to do marketing with me, hey, what day can we sit down? Wednesday, because that is the day that I know that I'm not gonna put money into my pocket because I wanna focus on things that they don't get money into me, but there are things that are important for my career. Maybe if somebody who's looking for a house in a market that the average price is $300,000 and this person wants to pay $200,000 and they wanna call me and sit down with me to see the options of buying a $200,000 home, guess what day I'm gonna tell them to meet with me? Wednesday, because I'm not gonna get anything for this buyer. So try to set up a day that the moment that you put a feet out of your bed, you're gonna say, this day I'm not gonna make money. And that day is super important because you need to be in contact with people that may not give you money today, but it may give you money later, you know? So you always have to have that day to do some relationship with people that doesn't give you money immediately, but you wanna keep the contact. Like I said before, everything is social media. All social media channels are the best. They're not expensive. They are really cheap. I think if you want to get buyers and sellers, you have to be outside every day and talking to people. I see a lot of agents making mistakes that they don't tell the friends and family and people that they are realtors. So if you don't tell somebody that, look, let me tell you this, guys. Human beings are willing to help each other. Like, if you don't ask me for help, I will not help you. So you as a realtor, you gotta ask for business because people is willing to give you business once you ask. So don't be afraid to ask for business all the time. Your neighbor, maybe your neighbor he knows that you're a realtor, but he forget about you. So you want to tell your neighbor all the time. Every time you see your neighbor, you got to tell him, listen, don't forget that I can help you buy or sell your house. Don't forget that I'm a realtor. Don't forget to recommend me to friends and family. So you got to ask for business all the time because there is two reasons why you don't make business in this money in real estate. Because they don't know you or they forget about you. Those are the two reasons why people don't do business with you. They forget about you. And they don't know you. So please try to be in front of consumers all the time. In my case, the best way that I was getting leads is because I was busy with my kids, so I didn't have the opportunity to do business. First of all, I don't really like business card exchange. I don't really like those events for businesses. I really like to go to real places. I like to go to the park where the kids are and moms and dads are playing. I like to go to supermarkets. I like to go to restaurants. I like to go where real people goes. I don't want to go to people. Everybody's going to these places to business card exchange or whatever just to get the same thing. So I don't want to be there. So I remember when I have my kid, my daughter was 3 years old and my other daughter was 5. I used to go to the malls and there was a little park in there and I just put them to play there. In the meantime, there was about 20 to 30 moms right there sitting there not doing anything, just on the phone. I just go to them and give them my business card. Hey, my daughter is right there, is playing with your daughter. This is my business card. If you need to buy a house or sell it, let me know. Here's my business card. Why not? So people is scared to ask for business. Don't be afraid to ask for business because that's who we are. If you think that you are a real estate advisor, if you think that you are a real estate, whatever you want to call yourself, that is wrong because you are a salesperson. Salesperson sells. In order for you to make money, you need to use sales strategies. You need to be a salesperson. I'm so proud of being a salesperson. I don't know why people is not proud of being a salesperson. When you are a salesperson, you don't ask for money for somebody else because you create your own wealth. So I'm a very proud of salesperson, and I think you should be proud of being a salesperson because you're creating your own wealth. You're not looking for a job, you're making a job. So that's it for my presentation. I hope you guys enjoyed this how to get leads, buyers and sellers. It works for me. It's been working for a lot of my agents. If you can create a different way to do business, it's fine too. But this is the way I make money, and I did 150 transactions, and I have one assistant helping me. When I was doing 150 transactions, I was bringing my kids to work. I was bringing my kids to school. I was doing the normal thing that a father or a mother do every day. even though doing those things, I was still making a lot of money. So don't get no excuses not to make money. Maybe adapt the real estate sales into your daily routine and start saying that you are a real estate agent, that you can help to everybody you see. When you bring in your kids to the park, tell people, hey, I'm a real estate agent, I can help you. Why are we afraid to ask for business? Why people are so shy about asking for business? Other people is willing to help, but you gotta ask. If you don't ask, you're not getting nothing. All right, guys. So I hope you like this video. If you just want, I want to put this video in YouTube channel so you can share with friends. This is the way I do business. I've been doing business in this area for the past 10 years. My company now has 60 agents, and we are super proud of helping our agents to reach the success. Most of our agents are very successful because they are authentic and they follow our culture in the company. All right, so I'll see you soon, and I hope you stay home and safe and enjoy your family. Bye.